Welcome, everybody, back to the TIZZ Talk Podcast. And as I said last time, I'll give you a nickel feel. Tell me what my name is. But tonight, I'll give you $1. It's Chucktizz, motherfucker. And I got two fucking special guests on the line with me. I got a returning guest, Mopi Exchange. Mopi, what's the deal out in MIA?
Man, you know how it is. The daily usual out here. Fine ass weather, fine ass girls, fine ass parties. Everything's back to normal. You know the vibes, boy.
Hey, the vibes. And I got my other homie, DJ Bones from Chi-Town on the line for the first time, baby. What's up, son?
Oh, what's up? How's everybody doing? Weather's finally breaking in the Midwest. The girls are starting to wear less, you know?
Love that.
That's what we like, that man. Mopi lives that life every day.
Oh, yeah. I see that every single day on the street. I'm used to it.
You West Coast, East Coast?
East Coast, baby, all the way.
Right. If you ain't on the West Coast or the East Coast, but you're in the Central, you got to deal with the weather. You got to deal with the fucking seasons, you know?
Yeah.
like me and DJ Bones over here.
That's facts. You both get wild ass cold weather, wild ass hot
Shit,
weather.
Dude, Houston was negative 16 degrees in February this year. It was the craziest shit I ever seen in my life.
I know.
Snowed in April here. Snowed in April, boy.
Yeah, y'all got the crazy ass weather, and I got the fine ass 10 months in a year, hot ass sunny weather.
I gotta say, so you know it's funny when that whole freeze happened down here in Tejas, like the whole country was like blue, purple, whatever cold, but Florida was like orange and red.
It was unfazed.
I know, it's like I thought that was the funny shit because I was sitting here freezing my ass off, man. But TIZZ fam, I just want to welcome these guys. I mean, obviously, you guys y'all have heard from Mopes, but we got DJ Bones in the house tonight from Chi-Town, Chirac. My homie, my brother from another mother. So what's up, DJ? What's going on in your life, man? How's everything going, dog?
I can't complain. Everything's going good. You know, the market's treated me good. Crypto market's treated me good. Family's good. The weather's breaking, like I said. Can't complain.
Hey, man, that's good. So, you said the market's doing good. Crypto's doing good. I know me and you both rode that DOGE train like 2 weeks ago, and it went up to like 69. I made like 2 G's off that.
Yeah, that was a $4,000 swing at 73 cents when I got out, so it was nice.
No, it was, and actually, I was smart enough to pull out during the the Musk Tusk Saturday Night Live thing. I bought the rumor, sold the news.
Yeah, I was actually out on the. It was the weekend prior. It was late night. I was sitting at the computer and just charting, and Doge went on a crazy ass run. I seen it wedging real hard, and it looked like it was gonna break out, and it broke out. Like I said, I think that was the high right there. It was around like 74, almost 75 cents, and then I bought back in at I think 30, 35. So I'm holding 10,000 coins at 35. I'm only up about $1,000 right now, but I'm expecting another breakout, you know? So
yeah. So actually just to harp on that a little bit, so I'll tell you exactly what I'm in right now. Well, I'm not going to talk about my like stock long-term, anything like that, but just like my Robinhood, like, play around account.
Right.
Let's see. So Doge, I got in today at the after market closed. I got in for about 4,000 and I'm down about $270 right now. I got in with an average cost of 0.4674. It's trading at 0.4353, which is okay with me.
It's perfect.
But
It's perfect. Its resistance is 50 cents. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it seems to be hanging around. And
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch it. I might take a loss and then like re-enter, or if it goes above 50, or even if it goes even deeper, I might just average, dollar cost average down. But the crazy thing is while I was in San Francisco about a week and a half ago or whatever, I bought 35 $9 strikes that expire on the 28th. And they were trading at $9 and something. And man, they're up thousands of percent right now.
That's great.
Nice.
I wasn't planning on the squeeze. I was just planning on minimal gains, but man, it squeezed like you wouldn't believe, like some Florida orange juice.
That sounds yummy, bro.
So I'm riding AMC. I got a lot of AMC calls, and I have a couple puts on it too, just to leverage myself a little bit. But yeah, I got into Doge, and I'm down a couple hundred, but no biggie. It'll rebound. Go ahead.
I want to see the big squeeze. I want to see a Volkswagen squeeze.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we'll see that, but as long as I'll see a mini squeeze off of the positions that I'm in, I think I'll walk away very, very profitable.
Well, you're okay. You're $4 in the money right now. It's sitting at around what, $14 or so? Yeah,
just on those calls. I mean, I have 12, 13, 14, and $15 strikes, and I have $16 puts.
Yeah, you're working the top and the bottom.
All spread across. It's just I'm just leveraging. I'm just trying to just have, like as hedge funds do, hedge themselves.
Yeah.
You're playing both ways here, so that's what matters the most.
It's like my prayer is tomorrow. AMC will go down real quick at the open. I'll sell my puts and let the calls rise. Or if it goes the other way, I'll do the opposite.
There you go. That works like a dream.
Yeah,
I have way more calls than I do puts. So
yeah, you're gonna know within the first 30 minutes which direction the market's gonna go.
My rule is 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you have an idea of what it's gonna do. But with AMC, GME, all these meme stocks, like you really just don't ever know. Like, did y'all see what happened with AMC today? Like at noon Central Time or like 1 Central Time, it like fucking went skyrocketed and then just shot down.
Yeah, they always do that in the middle of the day. They try to do that to scare off people. That's what these hedges like to do.
But TIZZ fam, it's a partial topic that we're going to talk about tonight. But I'm not going to lie, gentlemen. I didn't pull articles. I didn't pull anything. I wanted to talk about Doge. I wanted to talk about the squeeze. I wanted to talk about my trip. I wanted to see how my boys are doing, and I'm gonna leave the floor to whoever wants to take it next, and then we'll just kind of we'll spitball it from there.
Well, I'll start off first. Let's just say that first of all, I mean, we all know from back in the day, it's gonna take this a little bit antique and take it to the present. We all know back in the day, we have to be on what you call it. We have to be on a 401k, so we can be handling our retirement accounts. So when we turn 65 or whenever we retire, we have enough money in our accounts from our busting ass working every time, and we can say, excuse the profanity, fuck a 401k.
You don't need to excuse the profanity. This is the TIZZ TALK Podcast. We say whatever the fuck we want. We state facts here.
That's facts, boy. But you know me. I'm just courteous as hell. But you know what? You're right. Fuck the 401k and fuck the retirement account, because the thing that's gonna make us retire happily ever after, as we all know it, is all on this modern crypto that we all know about, which is the brand new currencies that as soon enough will become the next currency globally all across the world, baby. That's what we're in right now. And guess what? And the best part about it, you know what it is? That we're all in this store early, and we haven't even seen the peak of everything, of all this yet. So we are literally on time, boys. And for everyone that's going to be hearing this podcast, and they're going to be hearing it If you're not in this world of digital currency and investing at least $100 or whatever the hell you want to invest on your own currency on it, you are missing the fuck out. Period. And
And
everybody
that's
here knows
right.
it.
That's right. And it
So
doesn't matter whether it's any currency you want, Safe Moon, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, whatever. Just take that risk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
right. So DJ, are you in the Shiba Inu?
No, I'm not. I'm actually going to download crypto.com because you can buy it directly there without having to do a pancake swap and all that, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah, yeah.
I have that. I'm real particular when it comes to crypto investing, especially with like Doge, especially with things like that. But hey, that doesn't mean that I ain't gonna ride the waves up.
No.
Oh, yeah. It's just going to continue to go up. You know what I mean? It's just, it just keeps on printing money. Inflation happens. What do you think is going to happen? People are going to get scared of the value of the dollar and invest their money somewhere else. So why not invest in something in the future? Maybe not right now, but in the future, we can buy many things. We can travel. We can, we can do anything with it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
getting to that point. I mean, the early crypto, obviously, to break that was Bitcoin. Now it's accepted, for a bunch of different things and has grown. But what we need is one of these caps that we're in right now to possibly minting coins. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
think about or some really great news. As much as Elon and Bezos hates each other, if Bezos jumps on board with say Dogecoin, I mean that could be the difference between night and days. The difference between 50 cents and $10 a coin. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
Like
So let me ask you though, like, do you think the Musk Tusk, is honestly manipulating the fucking currency price of Doge?
You know what? I'm gonna be sincerely honest with you. I think in a way he is because of the way everything's being controlled right now. Now that we have all this modern tech, social media, the sentiment of social media, which is controls mostly anything possibly within your own reach if you have the power enough to do so, like Elon Musk does. I believe he is controlling a part of the price of Doge and controlling a portion of the crypto market in general, like BTC, for example. And just trying to have everything. In my opinion, I know obviously there's a lot of hatred going on against him because they're not seeing the BTC going up to the way it has been going up for the past since December. So it's been for the past 5 or 6 months. It's been on this constant uptrend, like there's no tomorrow, which is fine, but that's to be a point in which it has to have a break. And I think he's trying to control the wave of everything right now. In a way,
So
it's a bit controversial, and there's go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, so what do you guys think about, how Elon, was readily and accepting Bitcoin for Tesla. And then all of a sudden he says, nope.
I think he's just trying to control the market in a way that it obviously won't benefit him for the fact that Bitcoin's going to get cheaper, so he can obviously at some point hop back in.
And with Doge.
Yeah, and with Doge too, because Doge has been realize the thing, the Doge, and it's a good thing that he's trying to control the price at a level that everyone can still try to hop in. Doge, if there was no sentiment right now, that would not be at 45 cents where it's at currently. It would be like back at 30 or 20. But it's been up there ever since, and it's been staying up there, and it's been afloat at that price. And it's a coin that it's literally what in the top 5 right now in the whole.
Yeah, it's number 4 in the market cap, I believe.
There you go. It's number 4 market cap volume, and it has.
But will it stay? Will it stay?
I think it will, but it won't be at least when we see this expected peak that everyone's waiting for.
The dollar, where they're going to call it a stable coin.
Yes, so when it hits $1, then okay, we might see it. At least the way I might see it, everyone might have a different point of view. It'll dip all the way back down, maybe to the half mark, which is where it's at currently, and then slightly go back a little bit lower, maybe to the 30 years range, wherever there was a strong support before the big hyperbolic Parabolic
30
wave.
cents, I believe.
Well, don't tell me that right now because I'm down quite a bit on it right now.
No, you're fine.
You're fine. You don't have an expiration with that. You know, like I'm riding it out. This position that I have right now, I'm holding.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm down like $350 right now, but I have like a $10,000 position in Doge.
That's chicken feed, Chuck. That's all right. You'll be okay.
That's a Chick-fil-A sandwich, bro. You're fine. That's gonna taste like when you sell it.
It's a couple. It's a couple burrito bowls from fucking Chipotle, man. You'll be okay.
Hey, Chipotle, cut the fucking check, man.
Yeah, right.
Hey, yeah, Chipotle. Chipotle's. I'm not gonna lie to you. Talking about Chipotle, Chipotle is killing it, bro. Killing it.
CMG.
Yeah, CMG, bro. They killing it, bro. They just have what, an increased wage for all the workers at $15 an hour. Like, fuck out of here. In a fast food restaurant, you don't see that unless you're like in New York or California. You don't see that.
Yeah, or downtown, like Chicago, like major metropolitan, highly populated areas.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's like here in Houston too, though. I mean, it's the same thing. But yeah, I know that's partially the topic of discussion this evening. But I didn't, like I said, I did not pull many articles. I know Mopes, you pulled some. DJ, I don't know if you did, but
no, I did not.
No, it's fine. We got, the best times of these podcasts are the organic tangents that we go on.
Exactly. Oh, adding on to the topic that we're discussing about, aside from Doge, all this cryptocurrency that everyone, at least if you don't want to get it fully, you get at least in it partially. Is that obviously number one, as a 401k, there is no expiration. You can put as much money as you want, and whatever coins you want to invest in, you hold it there for at least, I don't know, like a government bond, between 1 to 5 years, and you let it ride, and you take it out whenever you want, and you pull it back in. And it's not going to hurt you because there is no expiration. There is no day trade limits. There's nothing. It's just basically putting money in a piggy bank, bringing the piggy bank, taking the money out, putting it back in.
Yeah, exactly. Buy what you actually believe in.
Exactly. I mean,
that's
obviously,
right.
Yeah, and the best part is, you know what it is? When you get in it, you start getting curious about what is this coin? What does it have? What are the fundamentals? What's the news behind it? What volume does it have? Market cap, etc. You start researching about it, and it's something that you learn. Like, oh shit! Like when you start investigating about a coin, like SafeRoom, for example, or Doge, or SafeRoom, you'd be like, holy shit! This has actually some value in the future because it does this, and this, and this, and you'd be like, holy shit! Like, wow! I cannot believe that this coin works for all these functions, that in the future it's going to work. Like Doge Coin now is being used as payments at here in Miami at Club 11, which is one of the hottest strip clubs in Miami, as a payment. Like, where do you see that? And it's starting to come out into the mainstream, like how it never thought it would come out, but at some point, because the dollar is not worth shit, and it's going to be worth nothing. We're going to see $100 bills in a museum at some point. Then, this brand new wave of currencies, hey, that's the way we're going to be paying a gallon of milk or buying a car or buying a house, like how it's happening right now.
It's like the new age of gold, I guess you could say.
I would definitely agree with that.
Store of value, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
And old timers just can't grasp the new technology of something you can't physically hold. You know what I mean? Like gold or silver, but it has the commodity fundamentals of it. You know what I mean? Like the more people want it, it drives the price up. You know what I mean? Just like gold.
Yeah.
Very
100%.
similar.
Yeah. The difference between the gold commodities and the physical metal commodities and every commodity that's all physical compared to crypto is that the only way that those commodities actually fluctuate in a increase in value and price is all depending on the interest rates that the Fed puts out for a range of 1 to 3 years. If it's a flat rate, it skyrockets. If there's a rate, it stays flat. With crypto, it doesn't work that way. With crypto, it works on people's attention, traction from social media, online media that covers it all together. And now with these, I don't know how many exchanges there are in the crypto market, like FTX, Binance, and all
it's
that
very
stuff.
comparative.
growing.
It's very comparative to the short squeeze stocks like GME
Correct.
and AMC.
Yeah, exactly. The more coverage it takes, the more coverage it has, and the more attention it attracts, then obviously the more higher it's gonna go.
Guys, Doge is on a run right now. When we started talking, I was down like 400. Now I'm only down 200.
Oh, there you go. You see?
That's good. See,
That's good.
and that's how I feel about that investment right now. Is set it and forget it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but I'm more of a scalper when it comes to Doge. But regardless of the fact.
well, I'm holding 100,000 coins. Or not 100,000. I'm sorry. 10,000. I'm holding 10,000 at a 33 average. So I got $3,300 in it. It's roughly worth, I don't know, probably 40. What's Doge at right now?
Around
Doge is at point. Wow.
So it went up.
Showing 0.43.
Yeah, it's went up 2.5 cents, which is roughly $250 at 10,000 coins. So roughly, I'm probably up 33. So I'm up close to 1,500 right now in that position without looking. Roughly, maybe 1,400. But like I said, man, that's a position that I think really is going to pay off in the future. It's just coming. It's gained so much traction between people accepting it. Not only from Musk, but from Mark Cuban being able to go to his basketball games and buy merchandise tickets, and then like Moby said, strip club, Pornhub, hopefully in the future bigger places. Like I said, like if for some reason Bezos comes on board, as much as we know he hates Tusk, you know what I mean? Like that would be a game changer. I think between that and at some point maybe them stop minting the coins. You know what I mean? Like for some reason, I mean that would be a game changer. I mean that could make the difference between it going from $10 to $100. You know what I mean?
100% DJ Bones, and you nailed it. You nailed it on the head right there. And TIZZ fam, if you guys don't understand what we're talking about, do some research. DM me. I'll be more than happy to help any of you who are looking to invest, whether it's in options, whether it's in stocks, whether it's in crypto, whether it's in whatever, I'll give you my opinion, not my financial advice.
That's right. Nobody here is financial advisor, but I'd like to shout out, for people that are starting in the market, real good channel, on YouTube is In the Money.
And the money's a jam.
Yeah, young cat explains everything visually and breaks everything down.
Adam in the Money.
Yep, Adam in the Money. Check him out.
And another good one, if you want to watch something live, if you're in the GME, AMC, Doge army, check out Matt Kors.
Oh, I haven't heard about it actually.
And Mopi, we talked about this.
Yeah, we did. I just haven't looked them up recently, but yes.
It's a live feed every day at 8 a.m. Central Time, which would be 9 a.m. He comes on and the market opens at 8:30, 9:30 your time, and he's GME, AMC, Doge, and anything that's ripping. He gives you. It's a good channel to watch. So while I'm at work, I listen to him.
Dude, SLV was ripping the other day. I wish I had some calls on that. I think that was Monday. I mean, it was just such a progressively hard ripping chart for the whole entire day. I was just like, oh my gosh.
DJ, do you see where Vietnam's at?
Yeah.
Vietnam is above 18.
Yeah, well, when we started talking about it, they were at $7.
I know. And what did I tell you guys?
Yeah, it was going up to the moon, and it's already at 18.
And I'm
17.
still holding calls that I bought back in September that expire next September, this coming September.
My God!
Shout out to Dave Frank, my buddy, Cleveland Cliffs, the steel company. I've been in that since $7, and he gave me a little insight. You know, not going to say no inside trading or anything, but yeah. Anyways, steel companies ripping, dude. I mean, look at their chart, 6 month, year. When I started talking about them, telling people after I was told about them, doing my DD, they've just been ripping ever since. You know what I mean? A healthy uptrend, and it's definitely made me a lot of money along the way, calls and holding shares. So.
Oh, that's a good play, DJ. That's a good play. You know, what's going on in the market, what's going on in the world, what's going on with the TIZZ fam.
Well, let's go on. First of all, there's a lot of stuff going on around the world. I mean, aside from the fact of Israel and Gaza are just beating each other to the pulp. Another fact that we gotta look into is not the real estate market that's now getting kind of shorted out. What I'm looking at currently from here on out is basically, and I've been talking about this with a bunch of other investors from other Discord servers, from other servers, and then we were talking about this one thing that I like to call the last dance before everything goes haywire. Last dance, what is it? Well, it's going to be like what happened between August and September of last year. It was just insanely nuts. Everything going off to the moon, everything going off until everyone couldn't buy anymore. Like if it was the last chance before everyone missed an opportunity to buy whatever they could possibly get. And once September came around, which is what's going to happen most likely again this year, everything falls off a cliff. And if you didn't catch that last wave on time, you're screwed. And why am I saying the last dance? I'm going to say it real quick to the TIZZ Talk fam and to the public. The last dance, and this time around of the year, is because of a few factors. One, we're not like how we were back in 2020. We're not having that fast recovery because that fast recovery was already completed by August of last year. So everything after August of last year onward was just madness, you know, or just a free for all, make your money, get the dips, buy the highs, and sell the lows, or vice versa. Nowadays, with interest rates back as they were before the pandemic levels, back also before commodities were starting to get inflated. You look at corn, soybeans, coffee, metals, everything that's been skyrocketing. Lumber,
the supply chain is fucked.
Exactly. Yeah. That right there. What does it tell you, TIZZ Talk fan? That right there is a sign of how the inflation is currently going and what we're going to be expecting in the next upcoming months. Which basically means, and my girl knows this, like I told her, that right now you buy an egg carton. Let's just say you're going to buy eggs, right? Eggs, what they normally cost, like what, 99 cents, $1, $2, right? With the new whole inflation going around and all this commodities left and right, you're not going to buy an egg carton back at how it was in 99 cents or $2 or $1. You're going to buy that maybe at $3 or $2.
Well, let me say something real quick. As a commercial real estate professional myself, every single job I've done that has a build out required, usually it was $100 a foot. Now we're looking at $150 a foot.
There you go.
It's multiplied by, you know, it's 50% higher than it should be because of the supply chain.
It's a lot of demand from the pandemic, and it's causing everything.
Drank, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. So, Mopi, I'm just interested. You said that interest rates are back to pre-pandemic levels. You said you have some articles in front of you. What kind of actual statistics do you have proving this?
Hold on, let me go find it out real quick. Cause I like doing that. You sounded like a scientist, bro. You sound like
he's just being a fucking scientific fucking asshole. Like fucking, what's that dude on Nickelodeon? The red hair.
You sound like a fucking scientist, but you know what?
Come on, scientist.
You are a scientist, aren't you?
Definitely. I will be waiting on Mopi.
Well, I mean, let's not look at the articles, Drake. I'm looking at the speeches that they've been
Oh,
giving recently from the Fed.
Dexter. Yeah. What are you, Dexter?
Dexter the laboratory guy?
Yeah.
Hey, you fucking Dexter Laboratory? Look out of here. Well, let's not look at the articles. The thing is that I've been hearing the speeches from the Fed recently, and every single Fed president has been coming around for the past couple of days and weeks has been saying the same exact thing. Obviously, interest rates have to start incrementing by 2022 for next year. And I mean, obviously, at some point in time, the rates cannot be like how they were pre-pandemic levels or like during the pandemic levels, which is around 0%. Why? Because now that the economy is supposed to recover, at some point in time, rates have to start incrementing higher than what it normally is. Which it's the same cycle that goes over and over. It's like history repeating itself over and over again. And it doesn't matter what scenario it consists of. Like, even if it's right now, this pandemic time that we're in, it's the same scenario over again. That's just how it works. Economy recovers up back to a bull market, reaches a certain level that it has to start going into a bear market again when rates start going up. And then at some point when rates reach a peak, they have to fall down and the market starts to recover back from a bear market. And that's what right now we're going in this little transitional phase that is slowly starting to come out as the rates slowly start to increment from that massive run that we had in March that just went from almost less than 1 and now it's at almost 1.7. So
unless you're invested into meme stocks like AMC and GME.
Yeah, unless you're like a
what
Wall
is that,
Street bets guy.
1.7?
10-year bonds, almost. It's at 1.65.
Wait, Drank, are you doing fact checks?
He's doing fact checks right now.
What I was doing was I was gonna say the only proof that this is the only thing I see is I'm looking at what do we have here, 15 and 30 year. Why are you looking at 10?
I'm looking at the 10 because the 10 is the one that gets mostly measured in the markets. And as a matter of fact, there's an article that's actually popping up right now in Yahoo Finance. It came out today at 2:51 p.m. It says here, Powell likely going to have to raise interest rates, says the OPMA CEO. Some hedge fund institution might be saying this. So that is something that just came to my attention right now. If you're telling me about an article, I just popped out one for you.
Yeah, Mopi, I'll let you go. But my point was that there's no legitimate proof we have here of it actually happening.
Well, Drank, but I just got to ask you a question. How do you know?
Do you see any facts?
I'm not looking. I'm asking.
I don't know.
Sure. What you have oil numbers. You could compare the oil to gold. What do you say? Corn futures, lumber, whatever the heck you want to look at. But the interest rates haven't actually gone up yet. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I know. At some point in time, they're going to have to be.
No. The interest rates haven't gone up, but the supply chain rate has. Big time.
They haven't gone up officially.
Oh, yes, they fucking have.
Yes, they have been.
Sure, things cost more than they used to. That's great. But the Fed hasn't admitted that, have they?
That's great for
I can tell you right now from my profession that it costs about 50% more to do a build out of an office space than it did, 9 months ago.
30% being lumber cost.
Exactly. Look up LL, Lumber Liquidators. That's a good stock to look into right now.
I don't know. All this fact checking, it's going to be brought to you by Magic Melon. You get in the rhythm.
And then we'll serve you that watermelon on spot.
Energize.
I'll chop that shit up like a ninja for you, TIZZ fam.
Chuck, I think you might have found the weirdest chart out of any company I've ever seen before.
Look at LL.
I'm looking. This is the weirdest chart I've ever seen in my life, Chuck.
Well, you better get into it.
Have you looked at this chart?
Of course I have. Why would I have mentioned it?
It looks like a freaking barcode.
Well, you know what? Drake, every position you put me in, I've lost.
Not everyone.
About 90% of them have been losses.
Okay.
When I take my own positions, I usually win. Your positions lose me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Perfect example. Baidu.
To be fair, I did tell you to cut that, but you didn't listen.
You did tell me to cut it, but man, fuck you for that.
Hey, to be fair, nobody's a financial advisor. I lose my own money.
I know. I mean, I could have easily cut it, and I wrote it out till it went worthless. That was a $715 call that went absolutely one call that went absolutely worthless.
Damn.
Yeah.
This Lemon Liquidators was a $4 stock back in the pandemic times. Now it's $24. That's crazy.
But at the same time, I mean, like, if it was going to break the resistance that Drake was talking about, we would have been rich. But we played it wrong, and then your little Microsoft short didn't do so well either, but I at least made money off of it.
What about that unofficial Zoom short?
Oh,
I didn't get
that went really well, didn't it? You saw that. That went amazing.
But I didn't get into it because you've been poking me up the wrong path lately, dude.
That was from a questionable source, but it worked.
Well, I didn't get into it, but either way. Real quick, guys, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors over at Anchor. Anchor, we couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much. Real quick, Anchor, shout out.
It's the TIZZ Talk Podcast. It's the TIZZ Talk Podcast.
Thank you, Anchor, for everything that you do for us and keeping the TIZZ Talk Podcast going and moving and making it possible. Back to the show. So, hey, I have a question though, guys, to all of you guys. What do you think about this Palestinian-Israeli battle that's going on right now?
It's very complicated. That's all that I can say. It's just very complicated.
Well, I mean,
got to say,
just to get off stocks for a second, I just wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's just put it this way. How long have you guys been on this earth for? A long time, right?
Well, do you want to pull the ruler stick out?
No, but you know what I mean. It's been a crisis, and it's been going on ever since I could ever remember watching the news. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, of course.
It's just got its ups and downs, just like the market. You know what I mean? Like, it gets more progressively worse, and then it settles down for a while, and then, something major happens. Somebody does something.
But this is the worst of the worst in like the past 15, 20 years.
Yeah, but I'm just saying basically it's a boiling point. You know what I mean? It's coming to a head basically from everything in the past. These two have been going at each other's throat for I don't know how long. You know what I mean? Like.
No, they've been, well, I can tell you.
Ungodly amount of years. I was going to say, go ahead, fact check that.
Well, I mean, the only reason I know this is because, my father is Jewish, my mother is Catholic, but I was raised as a Jew. But do I believe in religion? Absolutely not. No. I do not believe in religion, period. The only thing I believe in is the sun, because without the sun, we wouldn't be here, right? No. So whatever that means to anybody else. But what I'm getting at is, as I'm not a religious person, but to see people murder thousands and thousands of people on their own soil, years and years, and this is the worst it's been since the 80s or 70s. I mean, this Gaza Strip thing, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the Israeli army bombed an apartment building, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm not with the Palestinians and I am not with the Israelis. Look, when it comes to blue and red, Republicans and Democrats, it's Crips and Bloods. I do not participate in any of that gang war. I am fucking Greenpeace purple all day, baby. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, it's still fucked up what they did, the Israelis. bombing that apartment complex and driving it to the ground. Now, that being said, Gaza should have known better than to fire missiles into fucking Israel.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that.
I mean, what were they going to expect that was going to happen? They were going to come back softer?
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure they were kind of expecting, or they were already expecting what's going to happen because they know how Israel's defenses are.
But the fucked up thing is they lost, the Palestinians lost way more than the Israelis. What were they thinking? I mean, I just don't understand the logic.
I mean, and Israelis are armed to the teeth. I mean, they have.
Well, I mean, yeah, they have the U.S. They're U.S. backed. They're just as, if not better equipped than we are, because they have all that hostility around them. And it's like, what the fuck were they going to expect that was going to happen?
And the worst part is that this has been going on for decades. It's been the same conflict over and over and over.
But yeah, I just think it's crazy. It kind of blows my mind a little bit because, you know, I've been watching this shit for a very, very, very long time. I've been to Israel. You know, I haven't been to Palestine or whatever, but it kind of blows my mind, and I just wanted to get y'all's opinion on it. That's it.
I mean, yeah, it's just a conflict that if it ever does happen one day, it gets solved, but the way that it's been going on for the past, I don't know, like you said, it's been going on since the 70s and 80s. It's already been more than 40 years. The same.
Yeah, more than that, like the 40s, man.
Yeah, way back, and they're still going with this conflict. Except they always reach a certain boiling point, dies out, and it comes right back out again. It's like the same thing happens again and again and again.
Well, anyways, I mean, like, look, I don't want to get on like some negative topics here. I mean, I know we talked about Doge. I know we talked about the squeeze with AMC and GME. I know we talked about just some life experiences and stuff. But does anybody have anything on their mind that they want to just like express or talk about? Like, you know, like to the TIZZ Talk fam that's listening tonight?
Well, I mean, I don't got a certain topic currently in my head at the moment. Drake, you got something?
No, I'm the fact checker, remember?
This guy.
Well, what about you, DJ? What about DJ Bones over here?
I don't know.
How's your life going, man?
It's going great. You know, right now I'm kind of doing the whole declutter your life thing. You know what I mean? Going through shit, paperwork. You know what I mean? Like the more time, the more utilized, I guess, and organized your life is, the more time you have for yourself. You know what I mean? So,
of course. I totally understand that.
So I believe that has something to do with, you know, a lot of your health is organization and, you know, being persistent and double, quadruple checking things. You know what I mean? Not overly obsessive craziness, but you know what I mean? Let's be real. People don't do their jobs nowadays. You know what I mean? So.
Well, of course they don't.
You know, how many times have you been on the phone with somebody, they say they've done something and, you know, for instance, something reflects something different and, you know, the next day you call and, what are you talking about? How many times? I'm sure that's happened to every one of us. You know what I mean? It's so between that and just life clutter, you know what I mean? Useless paperwork, fucking just garbage. You know what I mean? Just useless shit. Get rid of it. Spend more time for yourself and your family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Preach to the TIZZ Talk fan with that. For sure, dude. For sure. Absolutely.
It's a healthy life, man. You know?
Healthy life. Don't get stressed. Like, look, here's the deal. Here's what I've always said. It's like, look, man, if you're in a position and you have zero control over it and it is what it is, let it play out and don't stress out about it. Because what the fuck can you do if you have no control over it, right?
Nope. Can't do shit. Let it run its
So
course, just
let
like
it-
a virus.
Yes, exactly. Let it run its course. Don't stress out over things that you cannot change. You know, and that's just one of the bottom lines that the TIZZ loves to say to his listeners and everything. But man, I'm so glad I got the crew on the show tonight, man.
I know.
I didn't, like I said, I didn't pull any articles, but I can. But the one crazy thing to me is, and I know we jumped on this for a second, but is the cost, or sorry, well, yeah, I mean, the infrastructure cost, like the cost of getting things done these days, like the supply chain, you know, it's crazy. I mean, like I was saying, like, you know, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, it was $100 a square foot to build out some office space in an industrial facility. Now that's a time and a half, 150% minimum. And it blows my mind, and it doesn't scare me. I know it will. I know it will correct, but when will it correct?
That's the question. When are we going to see it? We don't have a specific time or date when that's going to happen. Obviously, it's going to happen. We'll just have to see when time progresses, when it'll start. Especially in the first signs of it, it's how we're going to see it. And whatever news we got coming up next. I mean, obviously, one of the news that obviously affects us at times is the CPI data that comes in once a month. That is the CPI data year-over-year data and the CPI month-over-month data. That's something that's to look into as time progresses. Now, this year.
Yeah. On that note, I like to, before, we're not leaving yet. We're gonna leave soon, but I like to let my listeners hear my guest give their perspective on either life or whatever it is that they're doing at the moment, and spit some knowledge, and then I'll jump in and, you know, whatever. So I'll start with DJ.
All right. I mean, we already, you know, touched on, you know, what I'm working on right now, just trying to get organized. Just focusing on trying to minimize, you know, how much time you waste doing things, and focusing on family time. You know what I mean? Like, just everything.
Very important. Very important.
Just trying to consolidate. You know what I mean? Just consolidate everything, and you know, I'm in a new place. Just 5 months, so I'm getting around all these things between, you know, fucking yard work and unpacking and fucking hanging shit up, and you know what I mean? Just finally getting to that point to where I was like, fuck it. Last week I got up one morning and I'm like, man, I need to get all this shit done. So for the past week and a half, 10 days, I've been fucking just working and doing a bunch of different shit, just nonstop, just to get to the point to where I am now. And I'm coming down the home stretch, and I feel good about it, man. You know what I mean? I feel good about my investments. I feel good about the choices I'm making right now. I feel good about the strains of concentrate I'm smoking. You know what I mean? Like,
All right, well, Drake can tell you all about that, but I mean, like, mentally, like, are you in a good spot?
oh, mentally, absolutely. Mentally, I couldn't be any better. You know, if you may have asked me 6 months from, you know, 6 months ago, I probably wasn't in the mental state that I am in now, you know, with the progression that I've made and the choices that I've made to be financially sound and, I was in the union, and I've worked my ass off the past 5 years, and to be financially sound, to take time off. I was laid off from my company, and I saved the shit out of money. Like I tell people, I like to collect $100 bills. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? Like,
we all about them Benjamin Franklins, baby.
you know what I mean? They look at me crazy, like, what did you just say? I said, yeah, I like to collect $100 bills. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I do know what you mean.
And, I have to be positive. Another thing, Drank and Tiz, you guys both know I lost my mother in February. So,
and we're sorry about that, man. I mean, it's part of life, and don't get me wrong, we've all lost our, but our condolences are with you, my friend. We
absolutely,
love you.
I appreciate that, man. And that's another moving force in my life. When I lost my mother, I was just like, man, all these things that I've been putting off, and all this shit that I said I was gonna do since I moved into my new place, and all this shit, like I've been putting it off. So it's just, and I had to have time to grieve, but also, a big responsibility being the oldest in your family. All the responsibility weighs on your back, funeral arrangements, afterlife shit, I mean. So my brother and my sister, they got to grieve right away because, obviously me being the oldest, I took on all the responsibility. So, after a month or two, I finally, got to actually get in my own head and realize that my mother was gone. My birthday just passed. First time my mom never called me on my birthday. Mother's Day just passed. Rough ass Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real, So to be mentally where I'm at right now, I'm 100. You know what I mean? Like I'm glad to have you guys as a family. I'm glad to have my family. I'm glad to thrive on stuff that happens. You know what I mean? That you can't control. Going back to what we were talking about earlier. You know what I mean?
Well, what's crazy, and it's sorry to cut you off, but like all of us that we're talking right now, we met each other back in October off a Discord channel and created our own.
And that's where we are today. You know what I mean? So
yes, sir. And DJ, your family is definitely in my heart. Condolences. I know that is nothing easy. I've never lost a family member like that, but I've lost a lot of friends, brother wise, so I understand. I get it, and to an extent. But let's not get too deep. But all I want to say is my condolences are with you and your family. And Mopi, this is your fourth or fifth time on the show, and why don't you spit some knowledge and give some peace words out to the TIZZ Talk fam before we jet out tonight?
Well, I will give my first and foremost my condolences to your mother as well. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, with all due respect, she's very proud. I'll keep that. I'll just leave it at that. She's very proud. But a life lecture or something I can give as a lesson, obviously. Well, at least what's been going on in my life personally, a little glimpse of it is that I've just been seeing opportunities come out left and right. And those opportunities are advantages that I obviously have to take advantage of, because it's not the fact that time is just money, but if you're disciplined enough to be patient and stay focused on what you're working on, whether it's the stock market, learning about the crypto market, work on other things aside from this financial world that we're all investing in, and you stay focused on what you're working on, you'll see gates or doors start to open as you stay focused. And that's what's going on currently with me. I mean, I'm a photographer, I'm a model myself, but I'm also one of these people, one of these guys that if I'm working on something that's to do with photography or anything within the art world, and it comes in, I take advantage of it, I investigate it, I go right in like due diligence, and I see if this is an opportunity to grasp it, and take it. And it's been happening recently in the past couple of weeks. So, and that's one thing you got to keep in mind. You got to keep your head up. You got to keep your mind focused. You got to stay optimistic, positive about it. Don't be fearful about it, obviously. And
do not have paper hands. Keep those hands on deck, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Don't ever have paper hands, ever. And yeah, man, just when you see the opportunities come in, get it. Because if you don't get it, it might be a one-time thing, and then you won't see it again. That's all.
Well, I know, my boy Jank over here.
Oh, hey.
The fact sheet guy here.
But we're gonna go to our ending close here. So why don't you give the TIZZ Talk family a little words of wisdom and your peace out, and then I'll give mine, and then we'll conclude the show, and we'll do this again.
Definitely.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So just something to show how inflation is actually affecting us right now, unrelated to stock specifically. Like for instance, I bought a graphics card for $1,200 back in December. Same card is going for about $2,500 right now, and the reason for it is the rapid growth of Ethereum and the profitability of it. I can make about $10 a day off one card. And the card I paid $1,200 for it, so I can make my money back in 4 months. So that's something to look into if you can get them at good prices. And yeah.
Now, do you have any like a peace out or anything like that?
Peace out.
I think this is a good show, but I'll go ahead and give my peace out. So, holler at the TIZZ for honor, to getting honor, to staying honor, and if you can't come in her, come on her. and if you can't fly fast, eat ass. That is, well, not the last thing I have to say. The TIZZ also says, don't do anything stupid. And also, the TIZZ doesn't ask why. The TIZZ asks, why not? And if you don't understand that, then get the fuck out of here. So that's going to be the end of the TIZZ Talk Podcast episode. I don't even know what the fuck it is, but I appreciate my boy DJ Bones, Drake, and Mopi Exchange on this episode. We are going to do this again very soon. Thank you guys for being on the show. If you have anything else to say it now, or we are going to call it.
Well, all I say is, don't be a dumbass. Don't be selfish. Be optimistic. Be wise. And be smart. Come on now. Y'all know this. It's fucking point.
Shit. That's some words of wisdom right there, man. And hey, TIZZ fam, all I got to say is peace be with you, gentlemen. I know I'll be talking to you tomorrow. GME, AMC, DOGE to the motherfucking moon.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, boys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
You bet. See y'all tomorrow.
All right, you guys have a good evening. Good show. This will be up in the morning.
Definitely.
All right.
Can't wait to hear it.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right.
Peace.
You too, boys. Peace.